So today we're going to talk about dishwashing detergents and what's best for your dishwasher. There are basically three types of detergents on the market. You have gel packs, you have your powders, and then you have your liquids. Now, they kind of have the same chemicals in them. Some are definitely better than others, but for the most part, chemicals in them are the same, such as enzymes, buffers, detergents, and bleach, along with some other items that will assist with cleaning your dishes. There's also, they have these nice little colored things on top of your gel, which some people in the industry call foo-foo juice. That is just for marketing more than anything else. They do contain different types of enzymes and stuff inside there, but as far as the colors, they really mean nothing other than it looks pretty. Okay, let's talk about a couple factors that will affect the washability of your soaps and how well they actually work in your dishwasher, because there are factors that will affect which soap works the best in your dishwasher. One of the major factors is hard water. Now, the older soaps used to have phosphates in them. Now, the phosphates are what actually combated the hard water and the hard water buildup, but that has been taken out of the soaps nowadays, so you don't have that anymore. So we need to use different items for hard water and hard water usage. The gel packs seem to do a little bit better with hard water and hard water buildup. Powders and definitely the gels don't do very well against hard water. So if you do have a hard water situation and you don't have a water softener, don't rinse your dishes off if you're using the packs, because these are designed for full-on hard water and items being on your dishes for it to work, but we'll get into that later. Now, the pre-wash basically in a dishwasher, if there is one, and most manufacturers have done away with them, but they're there. Some dishwashers have a pre-wash and that puts in detergent right away, but most manufacturers don't utilize it, because what they're doing now is they basically spray off and they only run for like 30 seconds or so, and then they spray off and then they drain that stuff out. And then they fill back up and then they start really washing. So the pre-wash stuff that you put in basically gets washed right out. And the only ones that you can really use a pre-wash, because everybody's going to these pods, is you have to use a powder detergent for a pre-wash, because if not, they don't make two dispensers. They don't make two that pop up. The pre-wash one basically has slots in it that the detergent runs out as soon as you close the door. Okay, let's talk about pre-washing your dishes before they go in the dishwasher, and is it necessary? In my opinion, no, it's not necessary, especially if your dishwasher's working properly, you're cleaning your filters, and you're using the right soap. Once that soap hits the water, it becomes chemically active and it starts stripping the food away from your dishes and breaking down with it, taking it out the drain. If you're pre-washing everything and you're taking everything off, the enzymes actually eat on the food and basically break it down, and it has nothing to break down with. So a lot of people will complain and they'll say, my glassware especially, it looks like there's hard water, it's all white and cloudy. Well, if you take that glass and you put it in vinegar and you take it out and you dry it, well, if that's still there, well, it's not hard water, it's etched. And that is caused from basically having too much soap and having your dishes cleaned, really clean, because that's what it's going to do. Sometimes we'll get people complaining that their dishwashers have some odors and smells and stuff, and a lot of it's because they have enzymes still living down in the bottom, because all of them didn't basically break down and die and go down with the food, because there's nothing for it to break down with. So in my opinion, it's a good thing not to rinse off your dishes before you put them in. And plus, on average, your average dishwasher on a normal wash load uses anywhere between 7 to 8 gallons of water for a complete wash load. If you're rinsing your dishes off in your sink and you have your sink turned on and you're running all that water and you're rinsing all your plates off, if you're worried about water usage, you're going to be wasting 15 to 20 gallons of water just pre-washing them. People tell me all the time they're putting them in there to sanitize them. Well, you've wasted 20 gallons of water and then you're using another 7 gallons of water to clean them. Well, wouldn't you rather just use 7 gallons of water with the right amount of soap to clean them? Well, most people would, because water's getting expensive. Okay, so now we're gonna get the nuts and bolts of the detergents themselves. First thing, we're gonna talk about powders. Powders are the most cost-effective per dose, because you can measure it out, you can make it stretch a little bit further, but most manufacturers are kind of going away from them. But the bad thing about powders are most people do store them under the sink, and what happens is moisture from the sink get into the powders before they actually get into the dishwasher. So when you buy those big boxes of soap, by the time you get to the bottom part of the sink, it's not working very well, because the water's gotten into the chemicals and it's actually activated the chemicals in the soap before it even reaches your dishwasher. If you are going to use it, which is an option, make sure you do have them in some type of sealed container or store them somewhere else other than under the sink, because if you actually do look on the box, it does say on there, store in a cool, dry place. Some people believe that the powder detergents do better for not leaving spots and stuff on your dishes and controlling the hard water. Well, that used to be true, but like we talked about earlier, with the removing of phosphates from the soap, it's not necessarily true anymore. The things that help with spots are more of of your rinse agent that will actually help sheet the water away and help prevent spots on your dishes. Okay, now let's talk about the liquids in your gels. Of all the 3 options we have as far as soap, that would be my very last option that I would recommend to you. They are budget friendly and they work well, but they seem to have more streaks and stuff on the dishware. They do have enzymes and they do have bleach in it, but it's basically one or the other. If you put the bleach and the enzyme together right away, they cancel each other out. So by the time it goes in the dishwasher, it doesn't work. So you either have to get some with enzymes or bleach. Without the bleach, it doesn't help you out with the stains. Without the enzymes, it doesn't really help you out with removing the food from your dishes. All right, now we're gonna talk about our gel packs and our hard packs. And the hard packs are basically like this finish here. They are soap that's basically a powder soap, but they've got it sealed in their own package where everything is already set. The gel packs here, the colored pieces up top, the foo-foo juice, as we stated earlier, this stuff is basically your enzymes and your different surfactants and stuff inside of this. These are 2 different mils of plastic, so they will break down at different times to go into your dishwasher to affect the washability of the dishwasher itself. They are the most expensive of the bunch here, but great thing about these is they are self-dosing and they're also sealed, so you can store these under your sink. So when you open it up, it is fresh soap and it is ready to wash right away, and it's going to get the full effectiveness of the chemical that's in this soap. The thing about gel packs and your harder packs is you have to make sure that nothing is blocking your dispenser, that it does open up fully so this does come out, because if the dispenser opens up partially and you're getting water in there, basically they'll get nice and wet and they'll kind of get gummy. The plastic may not break down on this, the soap may not break down on the other. So when you open your door up, you're going to have remnants of the packs and stuff in the bottom of the dishwasher, or you're going to have a half cube of soap basically left inside the dispenser that flops out when the door is open. So be mindful of the doors and the way they open, and make sure you don't put anything around those. But that's about the biggest drawback of these, is you do have to make sure that your area is clear where it drops down into the machine, so it does get in the water and does break down properly. I've been asked the question many times, can we just throw these pods right into the bottom of the dishwasher? The answer is yes, you can, but the only drawbacks too is, depending on how long the pre-wash is, it could start breaking down too early and start releasing some of the chemicals, so it may affect the wash a little bit. But can you do it? Yes. Dispensers are basically a United States thing. A lot of the overseas dishwashers do not even have dispensers. You actually just toss them right into the machine itself. So does it work? Yes. Is it a little bit better with the dispenser? Yes. Now, on a lot of your dishwasher, you are going to find on the dishwasher, when you open it up, it'll say, we recommend you use Finish, or we recommend you use Cascade, or many different types of soaps and detergents. Basically, it's a 2-pronged thing. 1, it's a marketing agreement with that company, and 2, when they did the testing of the product with the detergent, they used that manufacturer to test with their product. So if they say that this is what we recommend, you may want to use it. But are there better soaps? Possibly. You'd only know from experimentation and trying different brands. Now we're going to talk about rinse agents here. Now, rinse agents are very important with your dishwashers. Rinse agent, it was marketed and sold as it reduces spots. Well, it does reduce spots, but the reason is what's called a surfactant. A surfactant is basically something that makes the water not want to stick to something and may want to slough off. So basically, figure it as if you take an eyedropper and put 2 drops of water and you smear one out, well, which one's going to evaporate faster? Of course, the one that you spread out with your finger instead of the water drop that's put there. Well, that's what rinse agent does for you. The only caveat to that is with plastics. Now, plastic has cohesion, likes to hold on to that water with all of its might. So even with surfactant, it won't spread it out to help in drying. So your plastics do usually come out wet from your dishwasher, strictly because they don't usually have the heat they used to have. But with everything else, if you don't use a rinse agent, your dishwasher will not dry very effectively whatsoever. In my personal opinion, of all the soaps we discussed today, the worst you could possibly use would be the gels. That would be my last choice for any type of dishwasher, strictly because of all the reasons we stated before. Now, this is where we get into the debate. Which one's better, a gel pack or the powder? If you like to rinse your dishes off perfectly clean and you put them in there and you put too much powdered soap, you're definitely going to be etching your dishes. When you're using a gel pack, is it going to attack your dishes? No, it's not. So you won't have the etching of your glasses. You may have some hard water deposits, but is it going to attack your glassware and your dishes? No. So in my opinion, strictly for that factor alone, because it won't attack your dishes, it won't do anything, I would lean more toward the gel packs personally. The powders do work and they are very effective, but with these, you definitely have to be able to self-dose it and make sure you put everything in your dishes, basically knock off your big stuff, rinse off your tomato-based sauces, egg yolks, and milk, and put it in the dishwasher. They work fantastic, but that's kind of the caveat between the two. At the end of the day, dishwashers work and do what they're supposed to do. And it's not likely because user error unless there's actual service repair issue with your dishwasher. Try different detergents. If you're getting the results you'd like, stick with the soaps you like. If not, try different soaps, see if it works better for your application. If you're still having problems, we have a previous video that we did on 4 reasons your dishwasher isn't cleaning properly. Go back and review that video. That covers other things that might be affecting your washability other than the soap. Thanks for watching this video, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. If you have any comments, please leave them, and we'll be happy to see what we can do to answer them for you. I'd like to thank the Academy for this nice bottle of rinse agent. I'm going to cherish this forever.